What's up, everybody? This is the Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge Watch Along Show. It's just the Watch Along Show. I'm JWMaher. That's Aaron Brooks. We're doing a lot more today. For starters, cool new features here on Letterboxd. That's our Letterboxd challenge right there. That QR code, while we're talking about our Letterboxd challenge, you can check out that QR code. It'll take you right to our Letterboxd challenge. But before we do that, Aaron, how you feeling today?
Good. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about our movies this week, and then introduce a new segment with another challenge for the next couple of weeks, where we go rapid fire through a week of movies from the Pick Your Poison challenge, which we also have a QR code that you'll go into shortly.
It's that QR code, but right now we're talking about this QR code, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, to this week on our Letterboxd challenge, which you'll see there, or you'll also, if you're going to do it the old-fashioned way, Grandpa, you can go to this website here at Cohen, and that'll take you to our Letterboxd challenge. But this week we're finishing up the four of the fears. And a lot of people have fears of like the doctor. Both of my kids fear the doctor, or hospitals, or just needles in general. I'm not a big blood draw guy myself, but needles are cool. Blood draws I don't like. So we kind of just wrap that all together. And we're talking about those kinds of fears. Aaron, what did you watch this week?
So I watched a movie that has definitely been on my list for a long, long time. It's a Canadian horror movie by the Soska sisters, which I've not seen any of their other work. American Mary.
You haven't seen See No Evil 2?
Yeah, I missed See No Evil 2, which is
okay.
And I also missed the ABCs of Death 2, but American Mary, Catherine Isabel, I get it now. I got it before, I did. I've seen some Catherine Isabel movies for sure. I've seen Ginger Snaps. I've seen Freddy vs. Jason. This, to me, though, is like her role. This is their crowning role. She's definitely the highlight of the movie for me. I am like pleasantly surprised that, this movie, kind of gained a cult following like it did, because it does get pretty, weird with it. I don't think this is how surgery works exactly. So it's not the most scientifically accurate movie you're going to ever see. But yeah, it's just like a good time. Some of the acting is so over the top and bad that it really does kind of bring me back to that 2010s time period. This is just a good time. Like, I have no real complaints about the movie. There's plenty of things I would change, but no real complaints. So like, I feel like this one's solid. It kind of, just is like a very good girl boss horror movie. I don't know what else to really say about it other than that.
I'd say this is like, I've seen American Mary. I saw it pretty close when it came out. This is one of those, like, you've seen all the 2010s movies you're supposed to see. This is the next level of movies you're supposed to have seen. Like, you probably missed this one. You should go back and check it. If you're one of those people, if you like body definitely like a core, like you missed it, body horror film. There's definitely some really cool visuals, really great practicals. If you're into that, you're going to have a good time. Just watch it for the study portion of it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's quintessential for the time. I agree.
And now for a movie you don't need to watch, I watched Don't Move, which is a Netflix movie that came out last year. Don't Move follows her, Iris. She accidentally caused the death of her kid, and now she's a depressed
trauma.
And instead of just letting her kill herself, a serial killer decides to, I guess, roundabout give her a reason to live by trying to kill her. And this is like, I don't know. And I think I said it in my review. Like, this movie isn't like horrible. Like, I'm not like, fuck this movie, this is bad. It's not a bad movie. It's just like, how many times do I need to watch a movie where there's clearly a serial killer who's like on his shit, like perfected his game, right? But some girl comes along. She wasn't planning to fuck it up for him, but just by nature of being a girl in the right place at the wrong time, or the wrong place at the right time, she fucks it up for him. Got curses, and she's paralyzed the whole movie, and she still somehow fucks it up for him. Why didn't he leave her in the burning house? Spoiler.
Yeah. No, this movie's not good.
Yeah.
It's meant to be watched with your phone out, like most things on Netflix. I believe my review, I mentioned the twist was that you as the audience are the one who's paralyzed because you will feel nothing. So I think that is a pretty clever twist. They had Bandersnatch with Black Mirror, the interactive thing. Now they have Don't Move, where they come into your house without you realizing, and they paralyze you. and you don't feel anything throughout the movie. It's amazing.
Yeah, that is accurate. But like Aaron alluded to earlier, we did start another challenge. Our friend on Letterboxd, Aubra, has the Pick Your Poison 2025 challenge, and I've changed the QR code. That will take you to her challenge now if you scan it. Basically, for the month of October, Aaron and I and Abby as well. You can check out Abby's list too. We're watching one movie a day plus a few bonus movies sprinkled in, but it averages out to roughly one movie a day for the month of October. Arbor curated a list for every day of the month, given different themes. Now, I didn't memorize what the themes are, so forgive me as I look along. The first theme was something old. She is younger than me. I think she's older than you, younger than me. But these are movies that came out before she was born. So we had a good list of like early 80s, 70s movies to choose from. I'll go first. I watched Fade to Black, which Aaron had already suggested to me because it was part of the Joe Bob marathon last year that I bailed out on early. Well, I will not bail out this year. We'll go live from Aaron's living room for the Joe Bob marathon this year. Fade to Black is great. It's one of these movies that I feel like I'm a completionist with regards to like 80s slashers movies, but like this movie was never promoted to me like as a youngster coming up. I don't recall this box in the video store, which is weird. Like it's like I have like a Mandela effect around Fade to Black because like I clearly know about it now, and it clearly is like how could you have missed it? Yeah. And it's so topical and germane to like the crew we deal with online. This main character in this movie is you people. He is you people, and you know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, watch this movie because it is you people.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's a great one. I recommend it to everybody. This one is like the theater of blood of the 80s. Like it really is. Like it's just like it's Letterboxd's favorite horror movie without
for sure. So and actually, I don't think I threw up the poster. That's the poster for Fade to Black, by the way.
Great poster.
There he is. It even looks like Dylan.
Yeah,
put it down.
There you go.
What movie did you watch?
I went with the movie from 1980 as well. William Peter Blatty's The Ninth Configuration. Sorry, there we go. Stacy Keach puts on a tortured performance. I could say that poster is insane. Absolutely insane. That's my first time actually looking at what the poster was.
This movie is insane. Yeah, this movie is insane.
There's an astronaut looking at Jesus being crucified, and that doesn't scratch the surface of where this movie goes. So highly recommend it. Not going to spend a lot of time on these because, again, we have 7 of them. So check out The Ninth Configuration. It's on Prime right now.
Day number 2 was called Ladies' Night. It's just basically watch a movie that was directed by a female director. Of course, like nicely curated lists. I'm sure between Aaron and I, we've seen most of the movies. But if you go on these lists, I guarantee there's at least one movie in each block you haven't seen. I vaguely remember watching this movie when I was much younger, but not so much that I could have recited the plot to it. It's Blood Diner. Jackie Kong's Blood Diner from 1987. There it is. This movie is like straight up like comfort food 80s slasher garbage. Like it's not good. This is not a movie where it's like, oh my God, it's great. Like you might have nostalgia for Blood Diner. It is like it's batshit insane. It's like poorly acted. The effects are like clearly like effects. The plot makes no sense. However, there is a independent wrestling match shoehorned in the middle of this where the person who one of the main characters wrestling is little Jimmy Hitler. So if you want to see somebody wrestle somebody with a Nazi gimmick in the middle of a horror movie, Blood Diner is the movie for you.
Fair enough. We're definitely switching gears here. I'm going to one from this year that's come out. It was a Shudder release that I somehow didn't see when it came out. The Surrender, directed by Julia Max. Before I go any further, another great poster here. But any further, I recommend all 7 of the movies I watched this week. So far, this challenge has been 7 for 7 for me at least, with a 3.5 or better for all these movies. This movie was great as well. It's definitely it's a grief horror movie. To put it lightly or put it short, mother and daughter are trying to bring their patriarch back to life. And shit gets really weird and deep. The performance by Colby Minifie, who's from The Boys, Gen V, Homelander's assistant. She's been in a ton of other stuff also. She's incredible in this movie. Like, honestly, one of my favorite performances of the year. I don't know why no one's talking about this movie other than that it's very hard watch, but really recommend it. It's on Shudder.
I gotta check it out then. Day 3 was When You're Evil, just movies about hell, the devil,
Sure.
esque stuff. A movie that's been on my list for a while and never really got around to watching is the Turkish movie Baskin. There's the poster. I think plenty of people have seen Baskin. Maybe I'm late to the party on it. It's fine. Like it's kind of one of these movies where like I'm more like I definitely appreciate it more than I like it, which Aaron and I both say a lot. I appreciate the fact that like you're not supposed to see horror movies like coming out of Turkey. Like I don't know of any horror movies that came out of Turkey besides Baskin, and they go for it. Like there's definitely some really good effects, but the movie itself, like the premise is just like odd. Like it kind of like it is.
Yeah, I won't talk too much about this, but I don't give a lot of movies ones on Letterboxd. I gave this a 1.
Yeah.
I said nope. I got it. Nope.
Yeah, it's not even like that's fine. Like to each their own. It's not. I don't feel it's that bad. It's just like it's a movie that just is. Like you should check it out. Support foreign horror.
Yeah,
but
it was really
it just is. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people really hype it up, so I'm kind of confused. This would be the one movie from my list. I guess I wouldn't like ravenously recommend Rawhead Rex. If you're watching, you know what it is. Also, though, I mean, it's a guy with a suit, like a Patterson suit with a rubber mask on. And when he's not there, the movie's awful. It's Irish. Yeah, this movie's not great, but like you know what you're getting into with it, so it knows as well. Rawhead Rex.
Yeah. Day 4 was All You Need Is Love. I guess these are movies that are either like romantic horror movies or movies that have a romance central to it. I think a lot of people would argue that my movie is not a horror movie, but I think I've seen it listed as a horror movie in some places. It definitely has elements of horror movies that come before it. I watched Olivia Wilde's Don't Worry, Darling. I know is it divisive, Aaron, this movie? I guess some people like it. And
I thought it was mostly disliked. So yeah. I don't think it's divisive, but you like it. So go ahead.
I liked it. Like I kind of saw where it was going, but like there's I guess people really hated Harry Styles in this, huh? But like Florence Pugh and Chris Pine kill it in this movie, and Nick Kroll is in it. How do you not like a movie?
Nick Kroll's wasted in this movie. That's how like Nick Kroll's it's his worst performance ever. Yeah.
Oh, he's brilliant.
This movie's dog shit. You're crazy. We don't have time to talk about it. You picked some bad movies so far. My movie though is great. It's The Better Boy is what it should be called, but it's also known as Good Boy, the original Good Boy from 2022, Norwegian. Now, let me tell you, this movie is all about love here. It's about a guy, millionaire bachelor, is having a date with a gal, meets her on like Bumble or Hinge or whatever, brings her to his house for like the second or third date, and there's a man dressed in a dog costume who wants to be treated like a dog, and very quickly, this woman goes along with it. Then, along the way, turns out that this guy is not being a dog by his own fruition. And then things get weird.
Sounds great.
It's 73 minutes long. It's like almost the same length as the other Good Boy.
It is? That's so weird.
It's almost the same. Maybe it's 80 minutes, but let me see. So it's 80 minutes. So still, it's a sub 90-minute movie called Good Boy. This one's Norwegian. It's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. Highly recommend it. It gets weird.
Then we move on to Day 5, which was Dream a Little Dream, much like Nightmare on Elm Street, which is on this list. Movies about like dreams, nightmares, stuff like that, like the horror of nightmares. This movie, I've heard of this movie, and it wasn't really on my list. I had just heard of it, but I had never seen it. So I watched Come True, which is a Canadian movie. Let me throw up the poster for Come True. There she is. This is a movie about a girl. She's having like she's it's fucked up. Like she won't go to her house. She's like actively avoiding her mother. She's like made herself homeless, and just by the virtue of like having like voluntary vagrancy, she's like not sleeping well. So in order to sleep well, she enrolls in a sleep study, and in the sleep study, we find out that the people studying the dreams have found that there's that nightmare paralysis archetype that you've seen, like that you've seen it in a lot of other movies and other documentaries where it's just like that black figure with big white eyes. So it is about that. and like they go deep on it. So like I would recommend this. Is this movie going to blow you away? No, but has this been done like this before? Also, no. Anthony Scott Burns, I believe the director of it. I know him as doing the Father's Day short from Holidays, which I enjoyed because we love seeing Michael Gross get work.
All right. So I did another 80s movie. It came out in 88 called Don't Panic, directed by Ruben Galindo Jr. I wasn't familiar with this guy's work at all before. This movie, it's a little bit of a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff in some ways, but it's basically about a 17-year-old has a party. They mess with a Ouija board, and now he's trying to figure out who the murderer is. It might be him. There's some red eyes involved. The main character is like a 17-year-old, but he wears like these dinosaur pajamas throughout the whole movie. They're like grown man pajamas though. It's really weird. There's a lot of good music. It's one that I'd never heard of, and I never would watch if it wasn't for this list. And yeah, I'd watch it if you like 80s, horror. It's good enough, and it's got a grim ending to it, which was surprising.
Day 6, Sliced and Diced. These are just slasher movies. I had to go pretty deep in the list because it's just something I've seen a lot of. But I landed on a movie relatively recent, less than 10 years old, called Fat Tuesday. It's a very indie movie, basically shot against the backdrop of Mardi Gras. Clearly, like shoestring, like guerrilla kind of gonzo slasher movie. Mm-hmm. I described it to Aaron as like, if you've seen early Richard Linklater, like Slacker, it's like that. It's shot like that. Mm-hmm. Like where like you're just coming up on people and they're just having like random conversations. And
so it's a mumblecore horror movie.
It is a mumblecore horror movie, but it is far less intellectual than Slacker. It is far less intellectual than anything Richard Linklater ever did. It works, but it's not great. How's that?
That's fair enough. That's like 90% of horror movies, let's be honest. All right. Mine, one that's been on my list for a while. I don't know why it took me so long to get to it. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. This one's just so great. Motherface, one of my new favorite villains. The name Motherface is just incredible. They like say it. The way they say in the movie is very funny because it always sounds like they're saying Motherface. Like they say Motherface. Like they don't say Motherface. Like the humor right from the beginning. They just keep the proper energy and they keep it throughout. Like it's a movie where if you're not paying attention, you're missing like 10 jokes in the 30 seconds you didn't pay attention. So it's as weird as it sounds, it's probably the movie on my list that requires the most attention. Because if you're not paying complete attention, you're gonna miss it like so much, like in this movie. So like if you're not ready to pay attention, don't pick this movie.
This movie is a labor of love, though it does not feel like it.
Yeah, I agree. So it's just a great time. I just feel like every like kind of comedic decision here, including deciding to have Patton Oswalt be your only like star, is just pitch perfect.
He's one of my personal heroes.
I mean, Greg's in this movie from Disaster, from Disaster Artist, from The Room. Like, come on, like can't hate on it. Great movie.
Day 7, the last day we'll do 7 days at a time here when we cover Oliver's Challenge. So the last one, this is Wake Me Up Inside. These are zombie movies. Again, had to go pretty deep on the list, but there's a movie on here that had been on my list for a long time when I saw it on like a What Culture video, The Battery from 2012. I am so happy I did this challenge. The Battery is so fucking good. Like The Battery, I can't say enough things. Is it Train to Busan? It is not. Unfortunately, it is not. Is it like something I would turn to if I couldn't find a copy of Train to Busan? Yes. It's like, this is like a middle finger to Shaun of the Dead. And that's all I ever wanted in a zombie buddy comedy movie is this. It's a horror comedy, I guess, but it's not comedy forward, it's horror forward. So it's a good kind of horror comedy. Please watch The Battery. I'm begging you.
You had me at flicking off Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
My pick, Big Blind Spot, a movie I've gotten more than 5 trivia questions wrong about at this point, and maybe I won't get the next one wrong. 1990s Flatliners, Joel Schumacher joint. Look at all that hair. Amazing hair from Julia Roberts. Even Oliver Platt having great hair in this movie. Like, good for him. He's fighting with these guys. William Baldwin having his best performance of his life, which doesn't take much, I know, but still, like, he's really good in this movie. Kevin Bacon.
Better than Sliver?
Yeah, better than Sliver. I'm telling you right now, this movie like surprised me a lot because I was expecting it to be altered states at home. No, it like kind of goes like its own direction with things and gets very weird and existential in like kind of ways that I think Joel Schumacher really always has in him in a lot of his movies. It's not exactly surprising if you take away his Batman movies, like everything else, like he has these really weird, like hallowing moments. So like this movie, like it doesn't go light on it at all with like the grief and the way it deals with life and death. Like it's kind of freaky. And I was not expecting that out of Flatliners. So great movie. Highly recommend it to anybody. And it was hard as fuck to find. So I had to, like find a copy of it. But like for some reason it's not playing on anything. It seems like a movie that should be on a streaming service at the time.
Save Flatliners.
Yes.
That'll do it. Let's recap real quick. We're not going to go through all the movies again. I just want to recap the fact that we have these QR codes at the top of the screen.
Absolutely.
Our Why We Love Horror challenge is that QR code. Aubrey's Pick Your Poison challenge is that QR code. Feel free to pause the video. But if you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. We'd love to chat with you more about stuff. Follow us all on Letterboxd. You can find it in the description of this video. Until next time, I'm JWMaher. That's Aaron Brooks. Here comes the schedule.